Hello my YouTubers, this is Dracula for this update video for March 28th, 2021. And I see we got these new VHS tapes. I got it from the Pottsville Library this week in Pennsylvania, in Pottsville. Lately they've been having like a lot of VHS tapes, and they give them away just like hotcakes. Yep. Some of it is going to be for keeping, some of it I might have to sell. Just for the eBay. So let's begin with this special interest cassette like Homefront U.S.A. from the years of 1941 to 1945. And this tape called Home Fires. Home Fires, and this is on VHS in 1997 from MMAV. That means like the Marathon Music and Video. This program's got to be made for PBS or something, X-Library rental. I might be keeping that. The ones I'll be keeping goes right over there. The next tape we have here, that is from Western's Wood's story video series. Like this one is The Ugly Duckling. This is got to be a short from the 1960s and 70s, and this VHS tape is from 1986, 87. Someone must have made that from like from my public library. Gonna close this thing. The next tape we got here is Rugrats, a Santoric experience, and this is from Paramount in Viacom Company, 1998, and the Nickelodeon video. And however, I'm not really the fan like the Rugrats. This is an orange tape, the ones they did it for like the Ren and Stimpy collection back in the early 90s. This tape was printed on the 41st week of 1999, going towards the year of 2000, the millennium. That's going to be for eBay. Here's a story tape called Sleeping Beauty. It's not a Disney animated movie of it. And this is the one I used to have with the coloring book that was originally from Kids Classics in 1989. And however, this is the 1993 reissue from Good Times Home Video, and a recorded run on the SP. I can tell about the tape master. Now here's another Scooby-Doo tape, the one I showed you from the previous update video. It is Scooby-Doo, a Halloween hassle at the Dracula's castle. This is going to be from 1978, and comes with the episode called The Tar Monster from 1984. This is on VHS 1996, release from Turner Home Entertainment. Got to be distributed by like Warner Brothers. This tape was reprinted it on July 17th, 2001. During at that time, that was when DVDs were moving in. Then like less with VHS tapes. That's going to be for selling. Here's some of the Disney VHS tapes. Fantasia 2000. Fantasia 2000 was not compared to the original Fantasia in 1940. This Fantasia is not that great compared to like the original. It's breathtaking, splendid entertainment by Roger and Ebert. This is from Walt Disney Home Entertainment in 2000, and got to be from 2000, and this is print date was on July 28, 2000. At the time I was 15 going on to 16, and hold on a second. That's going to be for selling. Here's another copy of Disney's Sleeping Beauty 1997 reissue. Originally, it came out in 1986, and however this copy I have, it's not going to be for me to just to keep. It's going to be just for eBay. And however, this is the bootleg copy, and someone taped the 1986 version into this tape from my public library over here. Gotta be back in the 90s or something. Next one we have here is Tarzan. Tarzan is the one I showed you from my previous update video that I did back in November. And eventually soon I might be uploading of the opening and closing of Tarzan VHS. Something I did made before YouTube took that off. Because some kind of like a copyrighted violation. Ink label. This tape was printed on November 22nd, 1999. So here's the remake of the Parent Trap. This Parent Trap right here is not that great compared to the original Parent Trap. The original has double role of Harry Mills, Brian Keith, and Maureen O'Hara. Dennis Quaid was in it. And this is from 1997. This is not that great compared to the original Parent Trap. This tape was printed on November 11th, 1998. At the time, I was 14 years old. Here's another Disney tape I might be selling. Darby O'Gill and the Little People. They must have used the 1990 box packaging. Tape itself, it is the 1985 reissue of the Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I have the Neon Mickey tape, 1985 reissue. The original release came out back in 81. And this tape was printed on September 11th, 1985, 16 years before the 9/11 attack with the World Trade Center. And this copy of it has the Walt Disney and You promo. Now I have Almost Angels. This is like considered to be like the Sound of Music angle, like Disney made it in 1962-63, a little bit before the Sound of Music was made. And they say wholesome family film, adventure of their eyes and ears by the New York Times, starring with Peter Week. And the Vienna Boys Choir was in it. And this box packaging is originally in 1985. And this tape itself, it is the 1987 reprint. Has no print date on it, but the tape master has the Journey of Natty Gant trailer, and they show the Walt Disney Home Video logo from 85, and also no Walt Disney and You promo. I may have to keep that. There's There's a good family movie, Indian in the Cupboard, from 1995. It's about this young boy who has the cupboard when they have like the live action doll, something like that, comes to life. And this is the 1995 release from Columbia TriStar Home Video's The Gold Box series, like the Family Collection series. This tape was printed on the 48th week of 1995. Might have to sell that. There's the Bob Fosse in Bob Fosse's Little Prince. I think it was Stanley Dolan directed this in 1974. That has with Richard Keeley, Bob Fosse, and Gene Wilder. Walter Sharif is a music composer, one who composed Funny Girl and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Originally, this movie came out on VHS and Beta, was 1979 with the gay opening box. However, this copy is the 1983 reissue packaging, and this tape itself is a sticker label from 1979. I used to have the 1989 reprint. This tape was printed on June 21st, 1987. And this other one says printed it on the 8th week of 87. Now I got some other fairy tale theater tapes like Rumpelstiltskin has with Shelley Duvall and Ned Brady. And however, this is the 1987 release from the Playhouse Videos Fairy Tale Theater Collection. Someday soon I'll get the CBS Fox big box ones, and they're pretty hard to find. And it has a Fairy Tale Theater Collection promo at the end from Playhouse Video. No print date on it. This next tape I have here is Adventures of Tom Sawyer, which was made 1973 when it had with Jane Wilde and Buddy Epson. And Vic Morrow was in it, and John McGiver, something like that. But around that time, there was like a musical version of Huckleberry Finn when it had with Paul Winfield and Harvey Korman. Something I used to have on VHS. 1985 release from MCA Home Video. Yep. Show you what this tape looks like. Printed it on May 15th, 1987. This tape was printed it on the 7th week of 87 or something like that. I might be keeping that. There's this tape I found accidentally. It is Beverly Cleary's Raymar. Raymar is based on some children's books I did back in the 80s. And this is on VHS from 1988 from the Limar Home Video. Comes with the Mystery Meal and Rainy Sunny. And this is worth hard to find. This got to be printed around in the spring of 1988. And this copy has the Deftone at the end. The next one I have here is the Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal from 1982. And this is the 1999 reissue, but someday soon I'll get the Thorn EMI video release. This is from Columbia TriStar Home Video in 1999. This tape was printed it on the 14th week of 2000. At the time I was 15 years old. Now I got here another Beverly Cleary's Raymer cassette called, this episode's called Squeaker, Foot, and Goodbye Hello. And somebody tear up the original box, the library did it. Yep, show you what this tape looks like. It has they cover the print date, and however this tape was printed in the spring of 1988 on VHS and Beta. Now here's a hard to find children's video library tape called My Old Thomas and Friends in Free to Be You and Me. Starring the voices of Mel Brooks, Alan Alda, and Dustin Hoffman. And Harry Belafonte, yep, and Billy D. Wolf. At the end of this tape has a children's video library promo of their titles were currently available. Yep. Show you what this tape looks like. The original vertical sticker label. This tape has got to be printed around 1988. I found this by accident, but I used to have the original. I used to have the reprint when it was in a slip cardboard when I was in Queens. Here's another Beverly Clearer, the Clearly Raymar VHS, and only have one episode called The Great Hair Argument. This is released on VHS for Warner Home Video in 1989. And this is, and it has no Deftone at the end either. This is a worth hard to find. Now, I only got a couple of more family tapes. Born to be Wild. This is just a good movie, when your best friend is a 400-pound gorilla, where do you go to set her free? Anywhere she likes. This seems like a good, funny movie. Eventually, I'm going to be watching this. The best animal movie since Free Willy. Helen Slater was in it. Peter Boyle was co-starred in this movie. This is made in 1995, and someone made it like a bootleg copy of this from my library. But definitely not keeping that. Now, here's the last family tape we have here. That is the 1946 Black Beauty, starring Moma Freeman and Richard Dining. This is made in 1946, and I used to rent this out on VHS when I used to go to my tape store on Lefferts in Jamaica in 2004, around like mid-late August. And this is in colorized, and I'll show you what the tape looks like. Ink label from Video Treasures from 1989. Specifically, it's a 1990 reprint. So that's all with the family tapes, and we got some the classic films I do have. Let's start with my dad's favorite W.C. Fields movie. Is The Bank Dick from 1940. And I have another copy of The Bank Dick, and however, it's always good to have a spare one. Box packaging was early 1983. This is a reprint from 1987 of The Bank Dick, printed it on May 4th, 1987. And also in The Bank Dick has Moe and Curly's brother Shemp Howard was in it, when Shemp Howard was a solo. Printed it somewhere in 87. This tape is in great condition, but I like the two of my favorite scenes, the ending part of The Bank Dick, when W.C. Fields drives a getaway car with that bank robber. Then I like when they moved into like the wealthy house at the end. You won't miss having Bank Dick for your collection. Now I got here a TV movie, A Requiem for Heavyweight, in 1956 TV movie, and this is on VHS in the 1983 release from MGM U.A. Home Video, starring Jack Palance, Keenan Wynn, Ed Wynn, and Jim Hunter. And 6 years later, there was a movie version of it with Anthony Quinn, Jackie Gleason, and Mickey Rooney. Play as an overwhelming force of a tenderness, and it's an Arctic tramp by the New York Times. And this tape I do have. I rent out the 1988 reissue of this. However, this is the 1983 sticker label. This tape was got to be printed in 1986, when it has a Deftone at the end. Here's one of the best films of 1935, part of the MGM U.A. Home Video's Great Books on Video collection, Mutiny on the Bounty from 1935. Charles Laughton and Clark Gable. Later, Marlon Brando did a remake of it in 1962. This is an Oscar-winning Best Picture starring Clark Gable and Charles Laughton. This is the 1985 original from the Great Books on Video. However, this tape is a reprint from 1986 when they had the Deftone at the end. The next one we got here, I'll be selling on eBay, the 1965 Western comedy classic, Caparoo. Academy Award winner, Best Actor 1965. Got to be like Lee Marvin and Jane Fonda. Also has Stubby Kaye and Nat King Cole singing in the movie. However, this is the mid-1984 reissue of it from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. And however, originally Caparoo came out on VHS in 1981 from Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment. Sticker label's missing. This tape was printed on May 26, 1987. Has a 1987 sticker label, and however, the tape master was from 1981 with the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment logo and the 1979 FBI warning screen at the end. Someday soon I'll find a 1981 original for myself. Hold on a second. Delete this. I gotta need a voice. Delete this. Okay, the classic film we have here, a Billy Wilder's movie called Sag 17, stars of William Holden, Don Terry, and Arnold Preminger. And this is a World War II film that was released from Paramount in 1953. However, this is the libraries the way it had to do printed it out. This is the 2001 reprint of Saget 17. This printed it on the 51st week of 2001, right before 2002. At the time I was about 17. That was when DVDs were just kindly moving in. Now we got here a Peter Gunn VHS. Like the Peter Gunn Show was made in the late 50s and early 60s. Linder's Blues is the name of the episode. And also another episode was on this tape called Take 5 for Murder. This is the 1990 release from Rhino Records home video release. The same company that had Roger Renjek cartoons were available. Printed it on May 4th, 1993. So I might be keeping that, and just hold on a second. I'll be right back. Trying to straighten this out because I'm doing some taping. Keep it on. I'll be right with you, folks. I'm just taking care of something. Okay, this other classic movie I have here is one of the good films of 1933, Dinner at 8, when it had, starring Jane Harlow, John and Lionel Barrymore was in it, Maureen Dresser, her last film role, Lee Tracy, Billy Burke, and Edmund Lowe. And this is like one of the good films of 1933, Grand Evening. Now, around that time when Grand Hotel was the best picture of 1932. And this is on VHS 1985 from NGM U.A. Home Video's the Diamond Jubilee collection of their NGM timeless films. Yep, 1985 sticker label print. The original. I might be keeping that. Now I got here a Samuel Goldwyn classic collection of Betty Davis in the Little Foxes from 1941, nominated for 9 Academy Awards. One of those superfine things that the movie gives birth to once a dozen years by the Los Angeles Times. This is the only one time Betty Davis did her film for Samuel Goldwyn in 1941. At that time, she was with the Warner Bros. Making a series of her films. Herbert Marshall was in it, Dan Doraya, Richard Carlson, and Teresa Wright. 1985 release from Embassy Home Entertainment. Samuel Goldwyn's A Classic Collection. Originally, it came out in 1985. However, this tape is a late 85 reprint when they had the when it used to be a Warner Home Video FBI warning screen, this copy it was replaced with the blue FBI warning screen, the one they used in one of the later Embassy tapes. Might be keeping that. We're almost near like taking a break. Now the next tape we got here is Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers' musical of Top Hat from 1935. So 58. So 58. 29:44. Sorry about that. I'm just memorizing. This is the 1985 release of Top Hat with Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers from RKO Home Video. However, that same year for Top Hat was on VHS and Beta in 1985 from Nostalgia Merchants when it was distributed by Media Home Entertainment. And originally it came out in 1979 or 1980 in the original Nostalgia Merchants. This is the RKO Home Video release from 1985. I might be selling that. The next one we got here is an Alfred Hitchcock movie called Dial In for Murder, starring Ray Milland, the one who was in The Lost Weekend, Grace Kelly from Rear Window, and Robert Cummings from Saboteur, another Hitchcock film he did in 1942. Made for Warner Brothers in 1954. Originally it came out in 1982 on VHS and Beta of the Warner Home Video's The Night at the Movies collection series. And however, this is the 1987 reissue of Dial In for Murder. I already have the copy. You see, this is the 1982 original sticker label. Yep. And this copy has a Deftone at the end. The Night at the Movies, 1954. Hold on. Now the next one we got here is Petrified Forest, part of the Key Video Shine the Spotlight series of the Humphrey Bogart tapes. This film was co-stars with Bette Davis and Leslie Howard. However, this movie, Petrified Forest, Humphrey Bogart took that role. This is his first movie that he did for Warner Brothers in 1934. Murder he called it, and that was released in 1934, not for Warner Brothers. And this is the 1987 release from Key Video Shine the Spotlight series. And at the end of this tape has a Humphrey Bogart Shine the Spotlight collection. Yep. My copy I have is the 1984 original Key Video release. The early Key Video titles. Next one we got here is Gary Cooper and Sergeant York, which was made in 1941. And this is the 1986 release from the Key Video Shine the Spotlight on Gary Cooper. Co-star Walter Brennan and Joan Leslie. Yep. Has no print date on it. Originally came out in this is an 86 release. So I guess that wraps it up for part 1 of this update video. We'll see you later for a little later for part 2. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.